got an agenda on?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, it's 7 o'clock, and we'll call this meeting to order.
Okay, I got a complaint already. We don't pledge allegiance to the flag anymore.
Yeah, I do that.
Guys did 10 seconds, so we will.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes, Director Calvin, will you
Let's
say
swing
the
it.
pledge of allegiance?
Right hand over your heart, veterans may salute, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Actually jumping the gun. But the way things are now, you know, I mean, they're burning the flag, and disrespecting the police, and I didn't.
We won't burn the flag. That was our second time doing that.
Oh, okay.
Any report out of closed session?
Yes, there were 3 items on the closed session agenda. Direction was given to staff on 2 of the items, and there's nothing else to report.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment on items not on the agenda? No. No special presentation, so we'll move on to staff and committee reports. San Luis County, no. Camp Roberts,
None, no response.
community service organizations.
She just informed me there won't be any, San Miguel Firefighter Association does not have a report this evening.
Okay. The Taylor Leaving Club here or anything like that? No? All right.
Got a quilting.
Quilting, I'll just bring that into here, great. All right, so we'll move on to district staff and committee reports. Interim general manager.
All right, our COVID operation status, we still have closed door policy. We're working on a couple items. I'll talk about that a little more, a kiosk basically for billing. In the COVID count, in the last 24 hours, there's been one additional COVID diagnosed for San Miguel. We've had 527 so far. Pass Rolls has had 9 with 4,117. In the county, there's been 21,038 so far, and 28 additional new ones in the last 24 hours. Some of the important things, we've had, unfortunately, 2 more deaths due to COVID, and we have 6 in the hospital, 8 in the hospital, 2 are in ICU, so it says -1, I hope that's a good thing.
Two more deaths in the county, not
Yeah,
Okay.
2 in the county,
Okay.
and I just got an updated report, so the other one I had, I see that 2 were in ICU, and now it's down to 1, so I hope that's a good thing, I hope they recover. So we're continuing our COVID operations. The district's been getting ready for reports for our end of the year audit. We've also been preparing the 2021 budget for review and approval. A preliminary is in the board packet for your review this evening and discussion. Back to the kiosks, one of the operations for the front office, we're looking at getting specifications and bids for a unit pay station that'll meet the needs for the district, give access 24/7, and they'll be able to pay bills through a kiosk, which will also eliminate phone and foot traffic as far as bill pay.
And it's bilingual.
Yeah, it'll be bilingual, like I said, a lot of specifications that it'll meet. Let's see here, Pacific Premier Bank, everybody here needs to go in and see April. And have Pacific Western's been taken care of, thank you guys for that. On the 6th of May, we'll be doing the master plan discussion for fire. And on the 28th, we're going to be doing staff CPR here. That date's flexible still. If you guys want to attend, there's room for you here at the district, and it will probably be afternoon. I actually need to get with Kelly and see when his guys are available. So that date May change or the time, but the idea would be I need 4 hours. So, that's coming up. And that's all I have unless you guys have questions.
You said that date is May 28th?
The 28th,
April 28th or May 28th?
April,
April,
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh, April 28th.
no,
Okay.
if you need CPR.
I have a question about the kiosk. Where is it going to be located?
Well, depending on specifications, we wanted to be able to have 24/7 access to it. So a system that is probably in an exterior wall to where it will access it from the outside and control from the inside.
Okay.
If it was in the inside, it doesn't fit our COVID situation and also limited space. So we have a couple ideas on the north wall near the office for here right now. But based on the specifications of what they can build and other, people telling us what they can do, it'll be pretty much like a ATM situation. They can access it, computer screen, bilingual, weatherproof.
Works with our building company.
We'll have to, put some cameras and stuff there to prevent vandalism and
How susceptible is it to theft? Is the other side.
insurance. Well, essentially, the building's still alarmed, and anything on the inside where the money would be going, it would be like, they wanna put a chain to it and pull it out with a truck, I guess they could, but.
We'll see them on camera.
Move camera and
Right.
in this day and age, I mean,
And it's really new. I mean, our billing company's just starting to do it too, so we're just filling them out.
it just really kind of fits a need. I know a lot of people, the 24/7 would be really an improvement. Bilingual will help in many cases. The convenience of it, and if it captures more and relieves staff of the phone calls and hands-on stuff, it's kind of a win-win. So we're gonna look at the cost of it. We're gonna look at, the whole feasibility thing and how it fits in.
What do we think the cost is approximately?
Tam has checked with a couple places and
It's around 30 to 50 and above.
30 to 50,000?
And above.
but that also comes back to the specification. Is it an inside freestanding machine, or is it a wall mount to the outside? Is it a lease or is it a purchase?
And just goes up from there.
And depending on what you want it to do will determine how much that costs. So the price was pretty wide.
Still gonna take checks?
Hopefully it'll take care of everything.
No, I mean, I like your Dropbox, that's how I pay my bill.
Sure. You'll still be able to use a Dropbox. I don't see that going away, but also if you put a check in an envelope, it's a type of machine like at the bank, when you put a check in, it would accept it.
And it actually takes it and shoots it back out at you. So it's, thank
Just
you.
Marks on it that you gave it to us, we get your information off of us and it gives you the check back.
Now, before you get into those kiosks, you gotta check the tax rolls, see how that's working out on their parking down there.
Oh, those are silly.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a kiosk, the
It
same
is.
thing you're talking about.
it's a little different, but
Why not just pay the bill?
I
On the
agree.
CPR, is that definitive as to the date is definitive, the time?
Like I said, I need to probably get with Kelly on his staff just to confirm when he said they'll be available for that block of time. But I'm real flexible on the class itself, so if you can't even make that one, I can put a class together at any time. I just, as long as I have 3 to 4 students, I'm good, and I'm sure I can do more.
Okay, so you do have room for the directors?
Yes,
then?
yes,
Okay. All right, can you notify us?
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Great.
Okay.
But the kiosk, do you expect there to be a processing fee for using it, just like as there is online?
yes, it'd be the same company, it'd be the
Okay.
same. It'd only be for credit cards though.
Okay.
It's the credit card clearinghouse, they're the
Mhm.
ones that take that money. Checks, cash, none of that.
Okay.
What is the discount rate for credit card processing through that company?
It's 3% for, $2 or 3%, whichever's higher,
Not a great
the
rate.
3%.
Okay. Any other comments or questions from the board? Any public comment on the interim general manager's report? No. We'll move on. District General Counsel.
Good evening. I have nothing to report tonight.
Thank you. District Engineer.
He's not here tonight, but I can probably answer any questions or take them back to him.
I'm surprised he's not here because of the RFP. I figured that he'd be talking about some of that in conjunction with you.
I can answer any of your questions on that one. That's the reason for him to be here.
Okay. Is there any reason that the water figures were not upgraded from February to March?
Because we did billing the same day as this report.
Oh.
It didn't get updated.
We do billing on the 15th, and the
It'll be
report is
updated
here
next
on the
month.
15th,
Okay.
so.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Any other questions or comments? District Engineer report?
On the engineer report.
Any public comment? No. All right, so we'll move on to Director of Utilities.
You guys have the report. I don't really have you to get.
Two things. Thank you for replacing the street light down there in the corner. What was the cost of the street light?
3,100 and some change. We're
31.
still waiting for a photo cell, so it's going to be, that's probably $150.
I thought that would have been like $10,000 for a street light pole. No. That's what I've been told in the past, it's usually about $10,000.
That was our original estimate, based on older information I had.
Okay.
Is that a new install or a replacement?
It's a replacement, it was already there.
So if it was a new install, you're probably gonna.
Yeah, if you have to put a footing in, you probably got a few thousand more.
I read in the news, the IWMA, I know that, because it's all based on it, I'm just saying this under your thing. I understand that there maybe the county's pulling out of the IWMA?
They voted to look at the fiscal consequence of removing themselves from the IWMA.
Mm-hmm.
So they've directed their staff to look and see what it would cost to do all this work themselves. They're not happy with the direction of the IWMA, but I don't know all the specifics of exactly why they wanted to have it.
And I understand that the Pastorville City Council representative also said that the county pulls out, he's going to recommend that the city of Pastorville pulls out too.
Right.
Do you suspect that they may try to form a North County IWMA? Because I'm trying to figure out what all this political posturing is going to mean for our district.
Well, number one, I think that when the county looks at the actual costs to do all this work themselves, they're probably not going to be really super inclined to pull out for little reasons. If the county and pastorals pull out of it, I imagine that it would still be a regional IWMA, but it would be the county IWMA. The city would most likely have to have their own, because the county has north and south areas, so they're not going to do it North County. But what that means for special districts, I don't know.
A bunch of political posturing and other nonsense. Okay.
As information comes along, it'll be passed along. So.
And we can figure out what we're going to do at that point too.
Well, basically what it boils down to is we don't have the funds to do all the work ourselves.
No, we do not.
Even just for our district. So, and we definitely don't want that responsibility.
That's fine.
Any other comments or questions from the board?
I have a question. So, since we took over the landscaping for the two, we're doing the downtown, but also the signage out on the highway. With all the new growth that's coming up, and I know that there's a very large area that is not in our responsibility, but what's the course of action that's going to happen to handle all the weeds and that sort of thing that's gonna start coming up around those?
Well, we'll take care of what's immediately around it. Caltrans will mow the rest.
We'll just keep it mowed, okay.
That's what they normally do.
What is defined as immediate? How far out?
I don't know how far out you.
Well, that's why I'm wondering, is it something where we're going to be spraying too and? keep it
Well,
kind of
you have to be
down?
careful because we don't want to kill the plants that are actually
No, that's right,
there.
yeah, exactly.
So, we'll keep it cut, 10 or 15 feet away from the base, but we're not going to go much farther than that.
Oh, yeah, no, that's good, yeah, something like that. Have your guys worked out there since we've taken over?
They picked up some trash, but they haven't done weeds out there.
Okay, I just noticed that there's a lot, especially, coming in from this one, the south. There's just a lot of, I don't know if they're dead plants or dead weeds or whatever, but there's just a lot of that. It would be so nice to have that taken care of.
We're working on our weed abatement now, so we'll take care of it.
Yeah, okay. The coyote bush, that's what I call it, I don't know what that plant's called. Are you gonna keep it? Are you gonna keep it there?
No.
Oh, it's gonna go away? Oh.
It's not part of what's supposed to be there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, got it. There was, in your report, you're showing rainfall pretty low. Did we not get significant rainfall during that?
In the last couple months.
We got 80.
Oh, this is just for 2 months? Oh, yeah,
This is-
because that's right, it is for 2
That's
months.
just 2021.
When was that big storm?
January.
Oh, that was back in January, okay, got it. Right.
Still would be in 2021 though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually have 80.
Oh, yeah.
When I
Is that
updated the report, it must have taken out
cumulative?
those lines.
Is it 9?
I'll go back and add them in.
It was like 8 or 9 or something like that.
Because in 2020, you're only showing half an inch.
When I reformatted that part, I think I took that line out.
Okay,
I'll go back and get it.
okay.
We had what, total about 8 inches still?
Somewhere around there.
3-day winter.
In one day.
Maybe Monday, fingers crossed.
Okay, that's it for me.
Any other comments or questions from the board?
Is our region considered to be in a drought state? Or, because I know that,
Depends on who you ask.
I know it depends on who you ask, but.
Well, in California, no.
Yeah. Based on the state of California, there's only 2 counties in a drought. So,
Currently, as of right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were classified as unusually dry.
Okay.
Whatever.
Whatever their tier color.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Where it's yellow. Okay, any public comment on the Director of Utilities report? No. All right, we'll move on to the Fire Chief.
I'll just let you know, we're getting our troops ready for fire season. Other than that, submit it as written if you have any questions. I know we're gonna go through our master plan on the 6th of May, so we'll be able to talk about that stuff as far as the monthly report goes.
Okay. Any questions or comments on the Fire Chief's report from the board? Any questions or comments from the public? No. All right, we'll move on to the consent calendar.
You guys all good with this one?
I would motion to approve.
Okay.
If somebody else has something they need to pull it for.
Can I get a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Thank you, Anthony. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Hearing none, passes 4-0 with 1 absent. Thank you.
Okay, I'll move on to board action items. Item number 1, review, discuss, receive, and file enumeration of financial report for March 2021.
any questions, or if there's any questions.
Bueller?
All right.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Good ready to go.
You got it.
Okay, are there any comment from staff on this report, or?
We're forging ahead, things are, going good. A lot of staff have been very helpful in, preparing and maintaining, so if you guys have any questions, we can answer them.
I do have a comment. I think it's the claims details report. It seems to me at one time that was sorted by vendor, so you could see all of the expenses grouped.
It is.
Well, no,
No,
it's sorted
They
by
used to have
by
a-
vendor, but then by department.
Like the number of the fund that's coming out, or?
I used to give a total by vendor. It separated out the individual invoices, but it told you how much we spent with that vendor
Well,
per month.
as an example, like there's US Bank under, lighting, then there's US Bank under water, US Bank under fire. It would be helpful to have all together. Because now we've got to go back and forth to
Each one.
each page and figure out what's what.
Yeah, so you can run these reports in 100 different ways,
Right.
and I think I just did it by vendor instead of by fund. So we can do that for next time.
Okay.
Yes. That is hard to read.
You need fund instead of by vendor, right?
Where it groups it.
So we're gonna,
You want to see where it's
I want to
grouped.
group it by vendor.
By vendor,
Mhm.
right.
And I can see what was the expenditure in each fund.
Okay.
I'm just looking at my page.
And instead of going,
But
Page 34.
34. Looks like it took me to 32.
isn't that how it's done?
It used to be
It's
that
in alphabetical order, but it's not.
Okay.
It used to be that way. It's not this, in this report.
Okay.
Do you have any other comments or questions from the board? Do you have any public comment? Okay. There's still a summary page, is there not?
Summary of the cash.
Summary of,
The expenditure versus
Expenditure.
budget summary.
Yes.
Yes.
What page are you on?
51. 240.
My apologies, I just noticed I didn't number the board packet.
Yeah, but on the left-hand column, you can see the number.
Still. Sorry.
You can also refer to my PDF pages too.
Now, if there are no other comments, I would motion that we receive and file.
I'll second.
Did you call for
Well,
public comment?
Oh, I'm sorry.
we have revenue budget versus actual summary. I'd like to know.
Okay, we'll take that as public comment. Restate the question, please.
Okay. You got revenue budget versus actual summary. In other words, how much was in the budget and how much was spent. Pretty much what it,
Just for the month of March, there are figures on the first page, which is page 29 of the
And doesn't.
I don't have that.
So for March, the income was $369,891.13. And for March, the expenses were $135,653.50.
Okay, so you're in the black, that's good.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to know.
That was easy.
Is there any other public comment? All right.
You did ask for it.
I
just so you know.
will restate and motion to receive and file.
Okay. Director Calvins,
Yes.
Director Gregory,
Yes.
Director Havas?
Yes.
President Sangster?
Yes.
Passes 4-0 with one absent.
Go on, item number 2, receive and discuss proposed fiscal year 2021-2022 operation and maintenance budget for San Miguel Community Services District.
So we went through each fund, and Ms. Kelly has water, wastewater, lighting, garbage. He's gone through all of his funds, forecast expenses and revenues, and we did as well in fire. So that's why we submitted those reports and had them for you. Entertain questions.
Just a comment to begin with. There is a budget overview which outlines the different funds, which I really appreciate. I would like to see it compared to fiscal year 2020, 2021. Is that in there?
Oh, 2021?
Our current budget
Oh,
versus
okay.
proposed.
So if you look at the budget overview, the first section is 2020, 21,
Okay.
through April 16th, which is when we put this finalized this report.
Oh, I see.
So those two lines, there's budget revenue and
I
budget
see.
expense, those are for 2020, 21.
Okay.
The line below that is the draft budget of 21, 22.
Okay.
And that only compares the budget revenue and budget expenses and what the net would be. The lines above it show what we budgeted, what we actually received, and what percentage of what we budgeted we are at. And that's the same for all 5 departments. The only difference in any of the departments is that in wastewater, it also just provides a clarification that $100,000 is taken straight off the top for long-term maintenance, and $220,000 is taken off the top to go to capital reserve for the future payment for our loan. Both in wastewater and water, the proposed budget is assuming that we continue with the next rate study, which are the rate increase, which is included in that budget.
Okay. I guess the one it looks like it's missing is the district total 2021 or 2020-21 versus
Oh, yes.
the proposed.
We can definitely add that in
Okay.
when it comes back.
You have comments and questions from the board?
Yes, I have a couple comments. As always, I like to wait and see if anyone else has any other comments first. And Mr. Dodds is smiling. It looks like he's excited for whatever I have to say.
I'm always excited to hear what you guys have to say.
Is that your comment?
I bet you was.
I mean, I'm looking at the numbers and, you know, for the most part, everything seems fairly well in line. It looks like, you know, some of the things with the most drastic increase are things like payroll taxes.
Insurance.
That's another one. Printing and reproduction seems to be up 250%. There's a reason for that?
That's more to do with reallocation than actual additional expense.
Okay.
we're trying to, we use, our billing is mailed out and postage is paid by our billing vendor. And we had been accounting for it in a different way. We tried to separate it back out into printing and postage so we can get a better accounting of what it actually costs.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of putting postage and printing now.
Sorry.
Do you buy, how much surplus of, pipes and that sort of material for repairs, maintenance, that type of thing? Are you purchasing it as you need it, or do you have a stockpile?
So we have some. We have the most common sizes and parts that we need because they are all pretty expensive. We don't try to keep a lot on the shelf.
Okay.
However, we keep enough to fix what our usual problems are.
Right. But have you seen a huge increase?
Oh yeah,
I have.
It's like 150, 200%.
Yeah.
But one of our suppliers has told me that in May it should go back down.
Okay,
Um,
that's good.
in general,
So you haven't adjusted your budget for that, you're just assuming it's gonna come back down then?
right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, same with steel. Steel's just crazy.
Well, everything's really bad right now because a lot of the factories that were closed are going back up and the demand has skyrocketed and they haven't kept up with it, and that's why prices are.
Supply and demand, right? Yeah. Okay.
But what I've been told is in May it should be coming back down. But in general, we don't keep a lot of extra material because
Okay.
there's no reason